Alright, what is going on, guys? Today we're gonna be talking about Greg Doucette. And honestly, like, I just can't, alright? Because every time I say Greg's name, I think about an old ass screenshot that I took of him making this fucking funny ass face. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about right now.
How freaking dare you!
Today we're talking about how Greg Doucette actually responded to me. So yes, he responded to me in the DMs after I made a video about him, and it's really not the first video I've ever made about him. It's actually one of my lowest viewed videos I've made about him, but like, it's odd because he actually messaged me on Instagram about it, and we talked about it. We talked about the topic that I was presenting in the video that I'm about to present to you guys right fucking now. Yo, Greg, I got a question for you, bro.
What the fuck do you want? I'm trying to make another cookbook to rip people off.
Is it true they even tell people to do cardio before their workout as a warm-up? So guys, just to give a little bit of a recap here, I've done many videos on Greg Doucette. And so one of my most popular videos that I've done on him in particular was him with the feud of him and Cali Muscle and then Chris Jones, talking about all of them and really exposing the truth. Really, I'm fucking telling it like it is, and I'm saying it like no other. And I didn't give a fuck. I just went all out. I let loose. When I get angry in those videos, I get fucking angry and shit goes down. I'm serious. Shit does go fucking down. It doesn't go up. So it goes down. Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about how I believe Greg Doucette is still wrong about warming up. Now, the last time I made this video, before Greg even hit me up in the DMs, I made this video, and let me tell you guys, to be quite honest with you, it's a really underrated ass fucking video. I mean, you see the first like 30-40 seconds of the vid, I make a phone call pretending I'm calling Greg Doucette. The person who picks up sounds almost like Greg Doucette. Like, it was fucking hilarious. And I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys, it's pretty much an underrated ass video in my opinion. Like, it's really underrated. Like, the video's actually pretty fucking funny. So yeah, if you haven't seen that one, before you watch this one, go give that one a watch so you really have a clear mind about everything that I'm gonna be talking about right now. So without further ado, let's fucking begin. So I'm going to read off some of the messages that me and Greg, were hitting out and like just talking about, because basically my whole idea of my video was saying that, Greg Doucette is wrong about warming up, because his initial warm-ups and his go-to warm-ups are just, going to the gym and doing 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes of cardio, moderate cardio, not too insane, not too light, just going with the flow, trying to get the blood flow in, breaking a little bit of a sweat, and so you get warmed up in that way, in that sense, right? That's what he's trying to say. Then he goes into his workout to then do warm-up sets to get prepared for his working sets. Now, that is his go-to move, right? Every single time he goes to the gym. Now, you can implement the advice that I'm giving out, talking about these kind of warm-ups that I advise you to do, but you still could possibly get injured. You know what I'm saying? It's inevitable. You go to the gym and, you're an athlete, especially at a high level, there's always a possibility for everything. But, to obviously decrease the chances of getting injured, I'd recommend you doing what I'm going to end up, telling you guys to start doing. So, let's fucking read off the messages that your boy Greg and I have, hit up. So guys, I uploaded the video on my story, obviously saying swipe up to watch a video about Greg Doucette being wrong about warming up. And he actually DM'd me and he was like, you should give me a quick sum of what I'm wrong about. Real busy, can't watch all the vids, which I totally respect and I totally understand. The guy's a really fucking busy guy. I mean, he's owning fucking supplement companies now. He has training books, cookbooks, makes 2-3 videos a day, and so yeah, I can understand. The guy is very consumed with time right now. I understand that. But I found it a little bit odd because the timing of the video was about like 10 minutes roughly around there, and the time we were talking was around the same time. So I'm just in my head, I'm like, why are you gonna text me? I feel like it would be less work if you just watched the video and that's it. Like, I don't know, he texted me and for the same time that my video was, so I don't know, whatever. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. So I said, gotcha. And then I, started off saying, so I've been following you for about 2 years now. And from my experience watching you, it seems like the go-to warm-up that you do is 10 minutes of cardio and then head straight into some warm-up sets to later on hitting actual working sets. We swipe to the right again and I give a little bit more detail on the video and I say, so I swipe right here on the screenshots that I have and I added a little bit more detail on the video of, what I talked about. And I basically said in the video that cardio isn't necessary. I meant to say necessarily the best form of warming up. And that I think everyone should implement some sort of dynamic stretching in their routine to have a much lower risk of injury. This is where he said, my average is 5 to 15 minutes of cardio. Okay, good for you. Is it for sports performance or is it just lifting weights? For example, if you were warming up for a basketball game, you should, be doing layoffs. I don't know what the fuck a layoff is. I'm assuming he meant to say layups. I don't know. And shooting free throws and jogging a little bit, getting your heart rate up, getting a bit of sweat going while you're doing sports, specific movements, whatever. And yeah, so let me hold off real quick there before we continue reading. This applies to pretty much everything for the most part. So yeah, I mean, if you're, going to do basketball, for example, it doesn't hurt to be doing a couple of laps around the gymnasium or whatever and doing a couple of free throws. But let's be honest here, doing free throws and fucking laps around the gym is not necessarily going to help you fucking warm up your rotator cuff or your fucking, maybe your elbow joints. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many fucking things that can go wrong, and doing fucking cardio and all that shit is not necessarily going to help you in the best way possible to warming up yourself at an all-time 100. So, I mean, honestly, like, listen, I'm not here saying, and I've said this previously, and I've already said this in the video that I listed earlier. If you guys actually want to see that video, cards up here. Greg Doucette's wrong about warming up, whatever. I even said in that video, listen guys, although Greg Doucette is wrong about warming up, I'm not here saying that it's the shittiest warm up you can ever do, because like honestly at the end of the day, it's a lot better than not warming up at all. If you go into the gym right fucking now, go heads deep, and you just say, all right, I'm gonna go hop on the bench, fucking, hit 225 or whatever. Yeah, no fucking shit, pal. Like, that's definitely not the smartest choice to do, and definitely a higher risk of injury than doing it his way. But if you actually want to decrease your chances of an injury whatsoever, do it the way I'm telling you guys. Now, what I'm trying to say here is doing dynamic stretching is the most optimal way to fucking prevent an injury, okay, people? For those of you who don't know what dynamic stretching is, it's basically doing stretches for a short period of time. It's basically an active stretch. So it's not really doing stretches for long periods of times. That would be static stretching, where you would do stretches for anywhere to 20, 30 seconds, 60 seconds at a time. You know what I'm saying? These are short ass stretches, couple seconds, 5 or less, something like that. So, fuck. So the only way I'll be wrong would be we need to make a video and say I disagree, Greg is wrong. I think warm-ups are a bad idea. So saying you think that you need to do a dynamic warm-up, you are agreeing with me that you need to warm up. And then he said, did you know that stretching before squat, for example, will decrease your strength potentially? It can reduce the stretch reflex. And then he said, so for example, before my bike races, I typically ride about 10 minutes on the bike before I do a bike race. I have seen a couple of studies that say, oh yeah, doing stretches before your workout can actually decrease your strength a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit, right before you especially do your compound movements like squat, deadlift, or bench. But to be honest with you, how much is it really to be concerned about? Because at the end of the day, like for example me, I went from doing 225 for 12, 15 reps to doing 275 for 12 reps, and like literally every single week I would hit 2 reps of a PR on the squat rack, and adding an extra 10, not even a 5, an extra 10 every single 2 to 3-ish weeks. So literally, I mean, in reality, how much does it decrease your strength to where you would need to worry about it? You know what I'm saying? And honestly, guys, let's just hypothetically say that it does decrease your strength a little bit. Does it really fucking matter? Is it worth the risk of having a much higher risk of an injury? Because I could tell you that the risk of injury is substantially more higher than the fucking, I don't know, decrease in performance because of doing a little bit of a fucking dynamic stretching warm-up. I don't know, like that's just my opinion, but like, dude, I fucking genuinely think that it's not that serious, He basically said I'm agreeing with him, and yeah, in a sense, I'm agreeing with him that, warming up is a necessity and you should warm up, but like the type of warm-ups is what I'm really iffy about, But anyways, let's continue with the fucking DM. So I replied with both when he was talking about just sports or weightlifting, because he also did say, like, is it for sports performance or weightlifting? I said it was generally for both, And he also said, saying I'm wrong is bordering on being pedantic. It's also clickbait. Yeah, because if I say to warm up, you can't say I'm wrong. You should warm up. Ring's idea of doing 10 minutes to warm up before lifting weights is a bad idea. That's wrong to say that. So, I mean, obviously, like, I'm trying to add a catchy fucking title. What am I going to say? Oh, me and Greg Doucette don't really agree with warming up, but in a sense, we kind of do. Like, you know, I gotta obviously say something, but obviously I get where he's, you know, I get what his point is, you know what I'm saying? He, you know, also said, so good luck with your vids, and don't forget to warm up rather than just walk into the gym and lift a bunch of weights, which is a lot, you know, what a lot of people do. So I appreciate the compliment. Thank you for appreciating me and to acknowledge me in the fucking video that I made about you, and we, you know, fucking discussed it and made a little bit of debate in the comment section or the fucking DM section, whatever you want to call it. I did reply with a big ass fucking message, and I said, I did see the video you made about a year ago talking about how stretching can decrease your performance, but to be fair, you didn't really label exactly what kind of stretching is good nor bad before working out. So I thought you just meant stretching in general. But I did give you the benefit of the doubt in the video, assuming you probably just meant static stretching. But just in case, I explained when you should do both dynamic and static stretching, okay? Because there is a difference in when you should and should not do one or the other, okay? I also said I think that we can both agree that warming up is a necessity before training, but I don't necessarily think we were on the same page as to what kind of warm-ups were necessary or are necessary, right? As I said in the DM. So listen guys, at the end of the day, the premise of this video is to just let you guys know that you should warm up before your workout. It's not a joke, okay? Because you can get seriously fucking hurt. You can get hurt even doing everything I'm telling you right now, but at the end of the day, like, just to decrease your chances, at the end of the day, it's all a percentage, you know what I'm saying? It's all a fucking percentage rate, right? Your percentage increases if you do not fucking warm up whatsoever. Your percentage decreases if you warm up, but it's not necessarily the best form of warm-ups. And if you properly fucking warm up before your workout, then it decreases even more, you know? It's significantly lower. Now, obviously, you could also get it twisted saying, I do warm up, I do warm-up sets before my actual working sets, which a lot of people consider warm-ups, but in reality, it's not a fucking warm-up, people. That's a warm-up to perform the exercise that you're doing, but to do the exercises that you're warming up to do the actual working sets, you need to warm up before those actual warm-up sets, if that makes any sense. So what I'm trying to say is before you get your body into just, for example, a bench press, right? You want to fucking do this, or you want to squat. You got to loosen up the hips. You got to loosen up the rotator cuff. You got to loosen up the chest a bit. You know what I'm saying? You got to loosen up your back. You got to make sure that you are well warmed up to then do those warm-up sets, get the motion and get the, you know, the mechanics down to then doing those working sets. And then let me tell you, you guys fucking do this, you are going to feel like a superstar. You're gonna feel like $1,000,000. And I tell you this from personal experience. If you're somebody who doesn't warm up whatsoever and you just go in the gym and fucking hit weights, try doing what I'm telling you, and then the next day, do what you've always been doing, right? Do, like, for example, if you're somebody who just goes in there and fucking works out immediately, try that, and then, you know, try what I'm telling you, and you're gonna notice a fucking it's literally like a night and day difference. So try it. I'm telling you, it's for your best interest. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do, I don't know, follow me. Do what you gotta fucking do. If you don't like me, then you don't like me. It is what it is. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna head out because I'm bored. I gotta edit this fucking video, and then I have to work on another video tomorrow. Public interviews. Get ready for that one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, do what you gotta do, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm gonna head out. So love you guys. See ya. Peace.